Hello everyone. This is the ongoing series of your computer organization. My name is Devashish Pathi. I am Tech Computer Science and Engineering, Tikiti Mahavidyalaya. So today we will discuss one small topic of your computer organization, one small concept. But this is the basic concept of your computer organization. This is small, no doubt this is very small concept. We will discuss some small concept in small time. But this is the basic of your computer organization. Without knowing the difference between combinational and sequential circuit, you cannot know the further topics like half adder, full adder, subtractor, registers, flip-flops, counters. You cannot easily grasp all the subject. So today we will discuss what is combinational circuit, what is the sequential circuit, and what is the difference between combinational and sequential circuit. Okay, so let us start today's topic, that is nothing but my combinational and sequential circuit. So first we will discuss about combinational circuit. Combinational circuit is a circuit in which we can combine different gates. In case of combinational circuit, we can combine different gates. Different examples of your combinational circuits are encoders, decoders, multiplexers, demultiplexers, etc. Okay. Next, what are the different features of your combinational circuit? So first and main feature is the output of combinational circuit at any instant of time depends only the labels present at input terminals. This is the very important point in combinational circuit. You can define combinational circuit in this way. Combinational circuit is a circuit where output depends on present input. In a simpler term, you can say that combinational circuit is a circuit where the present output depends on present input. Okay. Second point is the combinational circuit do not use any memory. In case of combinational circuit, no memory element is used because the output only depends on input, present state of input. We are not in a position to store anything. We can give input as A and that input is processed and gives output. Let us consider output is X. That means X only depends on this A. So there is no require of memory element. The previous state of input does not have any effect on the present state of the circuit. Present state of the circuit does not depend on the previous state. Okay, the previous state of input does not have any effect on the present state. Next one is a combinational circuit can have n number of inputs and m number of outputs. That means that you can give any number of inputs and from that input you can give any number of outputs. From these 3 points you can remember only 2 lines. First line is in case of combinational circuit, present output depends on present input. First point. Second point is no memory element is required. Okay, next So this is the block diagram of your combinational circuit. Okay, from this combinational circuit you can easily understand that there are different inputs are present, and from this input different outputs are produced, and these output only depends on this input. Okay, A prime, B prime, C prime up to M only depends on the present input A, B, C up to N. Okay, so this is combinational circuit. Present output depends on present input. No memory is there. It does not require any memory. Then next thing is, what is sequential circuit? So see, the combinational circuit does not use any memory. We have already discussed these things. Hence, the previous state of input does not have any effect on the present state of the circuit. We have already discussed these 2 points. But difference is, sequential circuit has memory, so output can vary based on input. This is the very important point. Sequential circuit has memory. On the other hand, combinational circuit does not use any memory. This type of circuit uses previous input, output, clock and memory element. Or you can say that sequential circuit is a type of circuit where output depends on previous input, output and clock and memory element play an important role in case of sequential circuit. Again I am telling, in case of sequential circuit, present output depends on previous input, previous output. So for storing previous input and output, some memory element is required. We will discuss what is this memory element. Now this memory element is nothing but my flip-flops. Okay, we will discuss in the previous lectures. This memory element is nothing but a flip-flop, and flip-flop is nothing but to store only one bit of information. Okay, we will discuss. And there is an important role of clock. How clock plays an important role in case of sequential circuit, we will discuss in the previous slide. So this is the block diagram of your sequential circuit. See, this is the combinational circuit. Number of inputs are there, number of outputs are there. In addition to combinational circuit, if I attach one memory element and a clock, this whole circuit becomes a sequential circuit. That means you can say that sequential circuit is equal to combinational circuit plus memory element. Again I am telling, sequential circuit is equal to combinational circuit plus some memory element. If I can add combinational circuit with memory element, that circuit becomes a sequential circuit. Then what is the difference between combinational and sequential circuit? Combinational circuit have no memory, sequential circuit have some memory element. In case of combinational circuit, the present output only depends on the present input. In case of sequential circuit, the output depends on previous input and output, so memory element and clock is required. This is the difference between combinational circuit and sequential circuit. If anyone can ask you what are different examples of combinational circuit, you can say that adders, subtractors, multiplexers, demultiplexers, encoders, decoders, these are the examples of your combinational circuit. What are different examples of your sequential circuit? Most importantly, you can say that flip-flops are the best example of your sequential circuit. Next, one simple introduction of your combinational circuit. One best example of your combinational circuit, that is known as my adder. Adder is nothing but addition of different bits. Adder can be classified into two categories. First one is half adder, second one is full adder. What is the difference between half adder and full adder? Half adder is nothing but addition of 2-bit numbers. Full adder is nothing but addition of 3-bit number. This is the difference between half adder and full adder. Half adder is addition of 2-bit number. Full adder is the addition of 3-bit number. And adder means addition of bits. Okay. So see what here it written. Half adder is a combinational circuit. First point is half adder is nothing but a combinational circuit with 2 inputs and 2 outputs. Why 2 inputs? Because it adds 2 numbers. The half adder circuit is designed to add 2 single bit binary number, what I have already told you, A and B. It is the basic building block for addition of 2 single bit numbers. This circuit has 2 outputs. One thing is carry and second thing is sum. Okay, 2 inputs, I can say that A and B, 2 outputs carry and sum. In a simpler term, adder means, from the name you can imagine, addition of different bits. Half adder means addition of 2 numbers, addition of 2-bit binary numbers. Okay, next, this is the block diagram of your half adder. 2 inputs are A and B and 2 outputs are sum S and carry C. Then see, this is the truth table of your half adder. From this truth table you can somehow know some extra things about your half adder. If 2 inputs are 0 0, A is 0, B is 0. If I can add A and B, what is the result? 0 plus 0, sum is 0. Is there any carry is present? No, so carry is also 0. If A is 0 and B is 1, what is the sum of 0 and 1? 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. Is there any carry? No, simple thing is 0. Let us consider A is 1, B is 0. If I can add 1 and 0, what is the sum? The sum is 1 plus 0 is equal to 1. What is the carry? If I add 1 plus 0, no carry is there, so carry is 0. Then if both the inputs are 1 and 1, A is 1 and B is 1, and I can add 1 plus 1, sum is 0 and carry is 1. 1 plus 1. You can say that it is 10. 10 means sum is 0 and leftmost bit 1, that is known as my carry. Okay. And from this S and C, if I can construct a K-map, Carnot map, I will teach you in the coming lectures. If you draw the K-map of S and C and draw the circuit diagram, then the circuit diagram of half adder will be like this. Okay, this is for sum and this is for carry. Okay, so what is the equation of sum carry? You can easily say that equation of carry is nothing but AB. Okay, A multiplied by B. See, what is the carry output? Carry means 0 0 0 1. Where it is 1? Now sir, when both A and B is 1, the output is 1. Otherwise, all the output is 0. See, here A is 1, B is 1. Both A and B are 1. That means C is 1. That means this is nothing but my AND gate, A dot B. So see, here also this is A and this is B, and this is the graphical symbol of your AND gate. This is C. And what is carry? See, whenever both the inputs are same, here see 0 0, both the inputs are same, so output is 0. When both the input is same, output is 0. That means what I will try to tell you, when both the inputs are same, result is 0. Here both the input is same, 0 0, both the inputs are same, result is 0. Here also both the inputs are same, 1 1, result is 0. Here inputs are different, result is 1. Inputs are different, result is 1. When both the inputs are same, result is 0. So this is nothing but the truth table of your XOR gate, A XOR B, and this is the symbol of graphical symbol of your XOR, or with some additional arc, that is known as XOR. So what is the equation of S? S is nothing but A XOR B. What is the equation of C? C is nothing but A dot B. Okay, so this is all about your half adder. If any doubt is there, then please ask me. Thank you.